opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Concrete Wilshire announcing plans for the Grand Lucayan. The developer says it has entered into an agreement with MSC Cruises to advance the project. An American man flown to Grand Bahama as investigations continue into his wife's disappearance. And it's our 14th anniversary for Guardian Radio and for Morning Blend. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Friday, April 10th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Alexis Burrows and Ricardo Wells will be joining us. Also this morning, we are talking Carifta, recapping the track and field championships and the swimming championships and some controversy that's brewing at the moment. And then later, our Safe and Sound series, we're talking about fire safety and prevention. That's all ahead, but first, it's time for the Overnight, the latest breaking news from while you're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, nearly a year after the government first announced the sale and redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort on Grand Bahama to Concrete Wilshire, the U.S.-based developer announcing yesterday that it's entered into an agreement with CTL Marine, a subsidiary of MSC Cruises. In a statement, Concrete said that CTL Marine will acquire a parcel of land from Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited, the subsidiary of Concrete Wilshire, to develop it into a premier MSC beach club. The resort has become a quagmire for successive governments, having first come into the government's ownership in 2018 when the Minutes administration purchased it from Hutchison Whampoa amid fears that the property would be shut down. The plan was to quickly sell off the resort to a reasonable buyer, but the saga that followed involved 3 separate heads of agreement and had spanned years. Well, the statement yesterday suggested that the deal with the government for the $120 million purchase of the resort announced last May has concluded, referring to itself as the owner of the Grand Lucayan, Concrete Wilshire. It said the parent company of Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited and owner of the Grand Lucayan Resort, was pleased to announce that it had entered into the agreement with CTL Maritime, calling it a definitive agreement, and that CTL Maritime, the entity of MSC Group, would acquire from Ancient Waters Site 2 and develop it into a premier MSC beach club. It said that initial demolition activities are scheduled to commence imminently, subject to the appropriate environmental permits being obtained. Concrete noted that Site 3 will be developed into a second Ancient Waters cruise resort designed to accommodate additional major cruise line passengers. And so the demolition and construction activities for Site 3 are expected to commence concurrently with CTL's development, with both resorts targeted for delivery on a coordinated timeline. Well, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce raising concerns over the newly announced development. In a statement, while the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce said it was encouraged by MSC's interest, it said the key details were missing, saying, quote, the announcement signals potential investment and renewed activity for Grand Bahama, and we are encouraged by MSC's commitment and continued interest in the island. However, key details remain limited at this stage, particularly regarding the structure of the transaction, current property ownership, and how this development aligns with the broader Grand Lucayan redevelopment plans previously announced, which were positioned as delivering real transformative change. An American man arrested on suspicion of foul play in the disappearance of his wife has been flown to Grand Bahama. Brian Hooker was arrested in Marsh Harbor, Abaco on Wednesday evening in relation to the disappearance of his wife of 25 years, Lynette Hooker. His lawyer, Terrell Butler, telling the Nassau Guardian that he is expected to be interviewed under caution. The Guardian understands that Hooker's previous statements to police were made as a witness. The lawyer, Butler, saying that Hooker categorically and unequivocally denies any wrongdoing, and in particular, the allegations recently made by his stepdaughter, Carly Aylesworth. Butler, the lawyer, saying that Hooker has been, quote, cooperating with the relevant authorities as part of an ongoing investigation. Hooker had previously told police that his wife fell from their dinghy on the evening of April 4th as they sailed near Elbow Key. He also said that his wife had the keys to the boat, which caused the engine to shut down, and that strong currents swept her away. A judge declaring a mistrial and setting a new trial date in the case of a Jamaican woman accused of killing her 4-year-old son. Fadine Aspinall faces a charge of manslaughter in the March 6, 2024 death of Kamari Aspinall. Prosecutors allege that the mother is responsible for causing the death of the child, who died from asphyxia. Aspinall, who is on bail, has denied the allegation. Justice Wilhelmina Archer-Mins discharged the jury of 8 women and 1 man after ruling that Aspinall could not have had a fair trial after she made a prejudicial outburst before the panel. Aspinall caught her court-appointed attorney, Sonia Timothy Knowles, off guard when she made the remarks before any evidence was heard in the case. Aspinall will now be tried in July. And the government breaking ground on the Berry Islands Community Clinic. The government recently signed a $4 million contract for the construction of the medical facility, which will be located on Bamboo Key. During a ceremony on the island yesterday, Prime Minister Davis said that the clinic will provide access to life-saving medical care to residents. Overseas, negotiators from Iran and the U.S. preparing for high-level talks with their ceasefire still shaky as Israel and Hezbollah traded fire and Tehran maintained its stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz. There remains many issues that could derail the truce, as well as negotiations for broader deals to permanently end the war. Iran's semi-official Tasmin news agency, close to the Revolutionary Guard, claimed that talks set for Saturday wouldn't happen unless Israel stopped its attacks on Lebanon, and U.S. President Donald Trump complaining that Iran was, quote, doing a very poor job by not allowing the free flow of ships through the strait, through which 20% of the world's traded oil once passed. Kuwait, meanwhile, said it faced a drone attack Thursday night that it blamed on Iran and its militia allies in the region. Though Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard denied launching any assault, it has carried out attacks across the Mideast in the past that it did not claim. And Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel telling NBC News' Meet the Press that he will not step down in his first interview with the U.S. network, a portion of which was broadcast on Thursday. In a nearly 5-minute clip that is part of a longer interview scheduled to air on Sunday, journalist Kristen Welker asked Diaz-Canel if he would be willing to step down if it meant saving Cuba. Before answering, Diaz-Canel asked if she had ever posed that question to any other president in the world, saying, quote, is that a question from you or is that coming from the State Department or the U.S. government? Diaz-Canel said, quote, in Cuba, the people who are in leadership position are not elected by the U.S. government and they don't have a mandate from the U.S. government. We have a free sovereign state. He said he became president not out of a personal ambition or corporate ambition or even party ambition, but because of a mandate from the Cuban people. Well, that interview comes as tensions between Cuba and the U.S. remain high, despite both sides acknowledging that talks, that there are talks going on, although no details have been shared. Diaz-Canel accused the U.S. government of implementing a hostile policy against Cuba and said it has no moral to demand anything from Cuba.
This is Sports Update.
In sports, Bayman Collegiate basketball player Donovan Donnie Freeman has entered the NCAA transfer portal after spending 2 seasons with Syracuse University Orange men's basketball program. Freeman's transfer news comes on the heels of Syracuse Orange missing the NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament for a 5th consecutive season, resulting in the firing of former head coach Adrian Autry. The Bayman forward was heavily recruited, fielding numerous offers from top universities prior to his freshman year at Syracuse. He came into the collegiate scene as a top 5 recruit and was selected to the 2024 McDonald's All-American roster, along with now NBA standout rookie guard Valdez VJ Edgecombe Jr. VJ Edgecombe, of course, with the Philadelphia 76ers, and not having a good night. The Joel Embiid had an appendectomy in Houston Thursday after Philadelphia's star big man was stricken with appendicitis overnight. The team announced that the surgery had been completed as the 76ers were playing the Houston Rockets Thursday night. Coach Nick Nurse said Embiid felt fine in practice on Wednesday before he learned of the situation Thursday morning. The 76ers entered Thursday in 8th place in the Eastern Conference and on track for a spot in the play-in tournament, though they were only 1 game behind 6th place Toronto. Embiid has been limited to 38 games this season, sitting out primarily to manage injuries to his knees. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Star General. So we've got an air gale warning in effect for the northern and northwest Bahamas. Occasional gusts and air gale force are likely across these areas. Boaters, especially small craft operators, are urged to seek safe harbor and remain in port. So for today, moisture associated with a fragmented frontal boundary near the central Bahamas will support a few passing showers. And variably cloudy skies across most of the country today, while building high pressure contributes to breezy conditions across the area. So specifically, your forecast for the extreme northern islands, including Grand Bahama, partly cloudy to cloudy today with gradual clearing by late afternoon. Mainly fair tonight with a 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers. You're going to see the same conditions in the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence. For the central and southeast Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds today, becoming partly cloudy by tonight, a 20 to 30% chance of showers. Winds for the northern half of the country, northeasterly at 15 to 25 knots, increasing to 20 to 25 knots, with higher gusts by late this evening. And for the central and southeast Bahamas, northeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, with slightly higher gusts for the central islands. Temperatures today, we're looking at highs in the northern half of the country near 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 70, 72 Fahrenheit, 22, 23 Celsius. A bit warmer for you in the central and southeast Bahamas. Highs around 87, 88 Fahrenheit, 29, 30 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 74, 75 Fahrenheit, 23, 24 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook for your weekend coming up in just a bit. This weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
It is time for a break, but when we come back, we're discussing today's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Agri-Expo 2026, presented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, April 10th through 12th at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center. Agriculture, our heritage, our future, comes alive with the latest farming technologies, exciting cooking demonstrations and competitions, Bahamian farmers and vendors from across the islands, fun for the kids at the Kitty Corner, nightly musical concerts, and free admission for everyone. Bring the whole family and celebrate what feeds our nation. Agri-Expo 2026. Let's get growing.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
This Saturday, April 11th, bring your flags, bring your pom-poms, join the motorcade to the Fire Forward Rally. F&M Headquarters Freeport at 7:30 p.m. Time to save our country. Time to belt this fat PLP cat. We have the plan to restore the Magic City. We're ready to work for you. This is the moment. Show up, stand firm. Vote F&M. That's the motorcade to the Fire Forward Rally. This Saturday, April 11th.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
CFAL is a proud sponsor of Team Bahamas for the 2026 Carifta Games.
This is definitely the time for BAMSI to continue to build on the progress that we've made. There's now drone technology. There's now year-round container farming. You have hydroponics. You have aquaponics. You have precision farming. There have been record numbers of enrollments, record numbers of flat fishing certifications. We've had record enrollments in our online courses. Students from across the family of islands. Because in BAMSI, we are not just cultivating produce, we're cultivating producers.
Paid for by
Looking
PLP.
to upgrade your car? At Nassau Motor Company, a brand new Honda is waiting for you. Discover the highly acclaimed Honda CR-V, combining style and performance. Need space and flexibility? The Honda BR-V is just perfect for you. Or go with the sporty and sexy Honda HR-V. Come, check out our Honda showroom and let your dreams go with you. All the new Hondas are backed with a 3-year, 60,000-mile factory warranty. Available at Nassau Motor Company on Shirley Street, where standards are higher.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Gold, silver, bronze, and Little Caesars, everyone wins. Introducing the new hot and ready 3-in-1 pizza, 3 flavors in one, pepperoni, cheese, and Italian sausage and ham. And the winning prize, just $11, VAT included. Whether you're celebrating on the track, in the stands, or on the couch, the 3-in-1 makes you the champion. Available now at Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles. Little Caesars, with the 3-in-1, everyone wins.
Pizza.
The nominations are in, and all eyes are on the Bahamas. The World Travel Awards has recognized the Bahamas in 13 categories, from leading destination of 2026 to beach, cruise, diving, culinary, and more. Let's show the world what our islands have to offer and help our country claim the top spot. Cast your vote now at bahamas.com/WTA. This message was brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Low Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. 14 years.
Is today the actual...
Today is the actual anniversary. April 8th, back in 2012. First time Guardian Radio signed on, first show on Guardian Radio, and here we are 14 years later, and the country is still the same. Exactly. Dwight Strachan, along with my co-host today, the newest members of the Morning Blend team, but they've been here for years as well. Anyway, Alexis Burrows and Ricardo Wells, both with us this morning. Good to have you guys with us.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
And thank you for being here on this special day. We're not going to do anything big today. But next year, 15, we'll do something special for 15.
Cake, no donuts.
Just visualize it.
You got to get better sponsors to wait.
Yeah. Next year we'll have a big party. But thank you all for being here with us for 14 years, and I really appreciate all of you who stuck with us, and we can talk. Send us your messages if you wish today, 422-4796, or call in and wish us happy birthday. Again, Guardian Radio and Morning Blend all celebrating 14 years today. All right, coming up this morning, there is a lot to talk about. We are going to get into Carifta, a recap of the swimming team and the track and field team, and some controversies coming out now. We'll get to that in our 8 o'clock hour. And then in our 9 o'clock Safe and Sound series in business, we're talking about fire safety and prevention, getting into that with preventative measures today. That's all ahead. Let's get into what's in the news. And in the news, Concord Wilshire finally speaking, a few weeks after they said they would make an announcement, but they're finally announcing that they do have plans for Grand Lucayan, and they involve MSC Cruises. Scott writing about it today. So nearly a year after the government first announced the sale and redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort to Concord Wilshire, the U.S.-based developer yesterday announced that it had entered into an agreement with CTL Marine, a subsidiary of MSC Cruises, to advance the project. In a statement, Concord said that CTL Marine will acquire a parcel of land from Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited, the Concord Wilshire subsidiary, and they will develop it into a premier MSC beach club.
Parcel.
Mm-hmm.
Not the entire property.
No. But this is site. What is it, 2? Mm-hmm. Okay. Site 2.
So is it still going to be a hotel?
Well, if you look at the map, so Site 1 says Ancient Waters Hotel Resort. Site 2 says MSC Cruises Resort.
Mm-hmm.
Site 3 says Ancient Waters Cruise Resort. Site 4 says Casino Resort.
Oh, this is like Bahama. It's like multiple things on the one property. That's the idea.
Perhaps.
Theoretically speaking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the resort has been going through quite a bit over the years since the government initially bought it in 2018 from Hutchison Whampoa amid fears that the property would be shut down. So the plan was to quickly sell off the resort, but that didn't quite go as planned, involving 3 separate heads of agreement over these many years. Well, Concord Wilshire's statement yesterday suggested that the deal with the government for the $120 million purchase, announced last May, has concluded, as it referred to itself as the owner. It said, quote, Concord Wilshire Capital, parent company of Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited and owner of the Grand Lucayan Resort, announces that it has entered into a definitive agreement with CTL Maritime, an entity of MSC Group, to acquire from Ancient Waters Site 2, as depicted in the resort parcel plan, and to develop it into a premier MSC beach club. So it says initial demolition activities are scheduled to commence imminently, subject to the appropriate environmental permits being obtained. Concord noted that the Site 3, will be developed into a second Ancient Waters cruise resort designed to accommodate additional major cruise line passengers.
So the portion acquired by MSC is going to be an MSC exclusive.
Seems so.
Okay. All right. Just being sure.
So I want you to. I feel I know where you're going. Before we forget, should we be concerned that most of the country will end up being cruise ship beach clubs?
That's clearly the point, yeah.
Huh?
That's clearly the point.
Happening.
It's a lot of beach clubs for cruise lines.
Mm-hmm.
And private islands.
A lot
islands.
A lot of places Bahamians
which are
can
beach
go.
clubs, essentially.
Yeah, a lot of places Bahamians can go.
Well, they keep saying that you can.
They say that.
Or you could get on a cruise and come.
There you go. There you go.
You know, yeah, so you could always
Get
fly
your U.S.
somewhere
visa,
else.
go, right, get back on the ship to come to the Bahamas to experience the cruise, the
And
beach
then
club
fly
in your
back
place.
home.
Fly back, right.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Well, so it says that demolition and construction activities for Site 3 are expected to commence concurrently with CTL's development, with both resorts targeted for delivery on a coordinated timeline.
Which is?
Well, it noted that it has committed to engaging a local Bahamian company to operate the cruise resort. Okay.
The MSC cruiser? Okay.
I'm
just
Is it the MSC or the other one? Well, anyway, okay. On Site 4, Concord Wilshire plans to develop a mega yacht marina and an integrated casino resort.
It's all ships.
You know, land of the pirates. Why not? While questions over the fate of the Grand Lucayne have been a persistent nuisance, oh boy, for the Davis administration, the government has not yet announced that the original deal with Concord was finalized. In a statement yesterday, Prime Minister Philip Davis
Did the reporter use the word nuisance? So
yes.
Okay.
Interesting, right? Well,
that's one way to describe it.
Maybe the critiques of it were a nuisance to them. But anyway, statement yesterday, Prime Minister Philip Davis said the resort was a national asset. The only suggestion from his side so far that the deal has been concluded.
That's all the public wanted clarity on, Was the deal finalized? Was the money paid? Can we see record of that money being paid? The whole point about Concord Wilshire was the fact that they're the development company. They're not in the process of building hotels and trying to outfit hotels. Their whole idea is we're going to break this up into smaller parcels.
Right.
And we're going to go ahead and give that off to people that actually want to develop those parcels. And that's what we got confirmation on here. That's all I get from that. It's just no other way to look at it.
Well,
what is the long-term plan for the entire ground? That's what Bahamians wanted answers to.
Yeah, and to Alexis's question, what is the timeline? Right? I'm not seeing it yet, but let's keep reading.
We know demolition is imminent. That's the way to look at it.
Will it be as imminent as the 3 week or 2 week statement we're going to get? We were to get from Concord Wilshire.
We know election is May 12th. This is the announcement that they're going to campaign on.
So before or after?
There's no concern from them about the after. It's all about the before. The before is we have something to run on. There's activity happening. So what the activity is?
Break down something.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Just
at least one.
One sidewalk torn up.
We've seen that before, though. They hit a wall and then left. Need to ask Laverne how that's developing.
Well, in the same statement, the Prime Minister from the government praised the newly announced partnership, noting that the Grand Lucayne is a cornerstone asset for Grand Bahamas tourism and economic resurgence, saying, quote, this collaboration brings together enhanced capacity, global reach, and a shared commitment to delivering a modern, competitive resort product that will generate jobs, expand opportunities for Bahamian businesses, and strengthen investor confidence in Grand Bahama.
And that's why the problem exists. Why are you calling it a collaboration? Why are you calling it a partnership? If you sold something to a development company and that company then in turn sell it to somebody else, why are you calling it a collaboration and a partnership?
Fees. They collect lots of fees.
Okay.
And
so does the government still have part ownership?
Work permit payments.
Does the government still have part ownership? Because that would invoke the term partnership.
Work permits and fees.
I just ask it.
That's partnership. This collaboration brings together enhanced capacity, global reach. You read that already, right? The Davis administration continues to focus on attracting credible investors for Grand Bahama and to advance projects from discussion to delivery. Today's announcement is a product of such efforts.
Sorry, I had to raise my hand. But to Ricardo's point, they're not. How are they the partners? How are they the ones that attracted? If Concord Wilshire went and got MSC, why is the government taking
credit? The
government
government brings in the player makers, right? So the playmakers, you come and get all the right people together.
So he's coach and
yes, there you go. We're going to talk about sports.
He's GM.
One of them, coach, GM, maybe not coach, GM hired the coach. Coach brings in the right players, puts a team together, and GM gets to say, "Look what we did."
Yay!
I just want to know if the property all the way sold, and if it now belongs exclusively to Concord. If this is the direction they're going to go, and I'm happy for it.
Well,
I'm not 100% confident in the statement made by the Prime Minister.
Oh wow!
If you're using the word collaboration, partnership, it makes me feel like there was not a proper sale. That's what it makes me feel like.
You're very, very pessimistic. I don't know.
You said it was said it was sold. Sold. There would not be a partnership. It'll be a private company doing what they feel like is in the best interest of their business, not in the best.
Well, you have to get approvals from the government, so we're going to work with you to make sure that your dream comes
partnership is
true.
a strong word, though.
In a statement from the OPM.
Oh boy, the skeptics are in the studio today, folks.
I hate to say it. I'm endorsing the statements made by the FNM chairman. I need to see the money in the bank at this point.
Oh man,
show me the bank statement. I need to see it because something more.
Well, the phone lines are all lit up. Let's hear what you have to say. You know the numbers to call in, but let's go to these lines. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Ben, what's up, man?
Good morning.
Hey, I think your guest 100% on point. I think he needs to get on my head because all the questions and all the comments I want to make, he is clearly stating that this isn't the first time we have heard this. Actually, this is the second. This would be the third announcement about this hotel. This is going to be the second demolition they already talk about. The first one, they knock it down, knock a part of it down. Then they came back and fix it. The Deputy Prime Minister said the money's in the bank. The Prime Minister recently said that the hotel is sold. Now it's a it's a partnership. So, it confused us and Grandmama more than the first announcement they made. And to be honest with you, this isn't the first time this government, the PLP, did this. A couple of election cycles ago, the old Silver Sands Hotel, the former member of Parliament, Greg Moss, he made an announcement that the Silver Sands was sold. He hired a bunch of people up the street. They came, they started demolition, started cleaning up the place. As soon as he won the seat, after the election, they stopped. Project shut down. No hotel sold. So this isn't the first time we've heard or we've seen something like this. It's just another election ploy, in my view. Because you told us the hotel was sold, you told us the money's in the bank, now you're telling us it's a partnership. Before a time, during the last heads of agreement, you tell us the hotel was being torn down, you tore a piece of it down, you came back repaired. So again, this is just smoke and mirrors in my view.
Okay,
I'll continue to listen.
Thank you very much. Wow. Oh boy.
Well, I'm trying to knock nobody. I'm just saying, when you use word like collaboration and partnership, therein lies the issue.
I also find, I guess I'm confused by even saying, if you've sold it, it's no longer an asset. Like he's referring to it
right,
as...
now that part.
Like, that's
why are you referring to it
Right, that's
as
very
an
confusing
asset?
to me because you're saying, you know, the Grand Nukain is this asset, but it's like you, from what you told us, you sold the asset.
But I'm trying to decipher the words, right? So asset for Grand Bahama. It's a key part of the pillar, maybe, right? But asset is a strange word.
But you say the Grand Nukain, as in you're talking about the physical hotel itself, not the because that's the other thing. Are you saying the land is an asset? Or are you saying like the physical structure of the hotel on the land is because this is where language gets important.
It's a key component of the economy.
That's why when you said the word parcel, I want to know, you said this is site 4? That is going to two is going to MSC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right next to the other cruise resort.
And then the yacht marina
casino resort
on the other
yacht,
side.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna make this announcement, you're gonna allow Concord Wilshire to put together their statement and announce all 4 of these projects.
So let me ask you another question. So you remember the previous deal that fell through, IT whatever, with Royal Caribbean? They wanted to do a cruise resort with a hotel partner, and we were told by the new Davis administration this was a bad deal. But this sounds
eerily similar.
Very similar.
I guess they just needed a cruise line to fill in the gaps.
But it was Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
So they didn't like.
I guess Royal Caribbean was relying too much on the hotelier who was going to come in.
Or was it that Royal Caribbean was already getting Paradise Island?
It could be that because
and they didn't want them to have.
You don't want it to be a monopoly.
You want to diversify.
No, I think
the cruise ships.
I think it had a lot to do with the hotel that was going to be attached to that property. Royal Caribbean is more. We just want a physical space to put our guests on. The actual property, whoever's going to refurbish the hotel, that would be the key holder here.
Well, who do we know in this one?
That's what I'm waiting on.
He's saying for Royal Caribbean that was more necessary. Maybe for MSC it's not. They don't have the same value.
Or they are also some which way connected to the group that's going to develop that casino and yacht marina. That's the only way it can make business sense. Like if your whole model is we want to give some place for our guests to be, that's Royal Caribbean's whole model. We want places for our guests to be able to go on shore, have a good time, and get back on the boat.
Yeah, which is not really go on shore. Just the little part of shore that we want them to go on.
MSC is probably saying, well, we can make it a stay away. We can make it like a 2-day stop.
I always got the impression that that was what Royal Caribbean was going to do as well.
I never got that impression.
No? Well, I mean, we never heard why it was such a bad deal. We just were told it was a bad deal.
No, it could have just been you don't want the same company to have all of the different bits and pieces.
That would be good to say. If they could have said that, people would have understood that.
Maybe that's just not what it was. That might be wishful thinking.
Well, interesting. We'll never know, it seems. I don't know. Let's hear from you. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, boy.
Hi, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
Hi. We can barely hear you.
All right, great. First of all, I think it's excellent news. News that was welcome, and news that I think, and we just got to look at this thing logically. MSC, a multi-billion-dollar entity, is not going to get in bed with something that is uncertain, unplotted, unreliable, and not documented. These are the things that we need to first of all consider. If no matter what negatives we may think, if you think MSC is going to sign on any deal that is not certified, justified, then something's wrong with us. That's point number one. Point number two.
But Royal Caribbean would?
Well, not like MSC, brother. I could tell you that. One of the things you also got to realize too is this: that it obviously that the money has to they own the property, obviously, and maybe we need to sometimes understand how the business world works in relation to if you're negotiating deals. You don't always you don't want to have egg on your face again and present things, and then you got to turn right back around and say, well, hey, okay, this isn't happening. When you're negotiating certain deals, even if you are burning to make it publicly known, you may not have the ability to do that until things are finalized. And by the way, let me assure you, over the next few days, you're going to hear some more announcements coming in connection with that whole property. And if you read and if you've heard, commencement on the property is supposed to start on the 12th of April.
Oh, we didn't hear that. We heard imminently.
It's actually published. It's actually published all over the internet.
The internet.
Yes.
Oh, that place. That place.
Yeah, and also it was documented. The news networks. I can the Eyewitness News, among others. The 12th of April, pending everything else is in place.
Well,
they stated that they were supposed to start.
Well, they also said the deal was dead, so I don't know why you're quoting them. But okay. But thank you very much.
No, I'm not. I'm just stating to you that it's there.
Well, we know that when it comes to Grand Bahama, it's best not to hold
I
any date.
understand the skeptics, but what I'm happy. I am completely happy, and based on what is understood, you guys don't always have all the information first. But in the next few days, there are going to be some other major announcements reference to that property and one or two other things. I can assure
That'd
you
be great.
that.
We are keeping our fingers crossed, but we won't hold our breath.
But that was the point I was making. Allow Concord Wiltshire to put their statement together. Let them make a grand announcement of everything. Why rush to make the statement that, hey, we're going to have MSC just do this? What are you laying the groundwork for?
I mean, is it a rush? Because they're very late. They said weeks ago that they would have had a statement ready.
But this is you made the statement, what, a day after, maybe 2 days around what are they calling it, the blueprint? You made the statement around that time. Why not just wait for Concord Wiltshire to put their statement together and have everything out one time? So we can know all of the players involved. So we can know the full landscape of this new property.
It's so you get one thing to build on the other to build on the other. Like instead of getting one story out of it, you get 3 or 4 stories out of it.
Not when there's this many questions around it.
Let's take another call. We've got a whole lot of interesting text messages to get to, but caller would say you want it.
Yes, I say smoke mirrors, gaslighting. Do you know that the MSC and even ancient properties and all the players mentioned are all members of the chamber?
Oh, boy.
They don't know business. You know, like you say, they have to understand how businesses run. Mind you, these are billion-dollar corporations on Grand Bahama that's part of the chamber that says they don't know what the hell is going on. But that caller just say they need to learn business. They really need to learn business, right? Just make it make sense, okay? So look at what the original heads of agreement is. This is a totally new heads of agreement. Oh, by the way, the other deal, RTL Group, RCI in New Providence on Paradise Island, they were being forced to come just the way the Goldman property was being pushed to buy that property under the last PLP administration. Once they got New Providence, they move on. That's what they do. It isn't that they wanted Grand Bahama. It's that they were saying, hey, if you want this property over here, go over there and do something. Now, here's the problem with this new idea about this tourism product on Grand Bahama, right? There's a concept called the airport. That means the airport is off the table. See, because what happens is, remember the tourism, we're talking about a cruise port type environment. Now, you need to have 7,000 housing units, 7,000 room units just to meet the $130 million requirements of the airport. But let's just look at the fact that, do you all remember Peter's Key? The Peter's Key announcement?
No.
Just about a couple weeks ago. Peter's Key is the MSC announcement of Peter's Key development at the harbor, which is an island for their resort. Just MSC is taking over the whole harbor right there. So are they going to have now two
They still have Ocean
clubs?
Key. They still have Ocean Key.
Yeah, they have Ocean Key, but I'm talking about Grand Bahama. That means they're going to have two beach clubs, right? And
Beach
there's
club
another-
here, beach club there, beach club everywhere. That's just what we're going to
as I'm
do.
saying, but do you know that there's another, what about the other Xanadu deal?
Yep.
The beach club right there? And a couple of things. Somebody just called me this morning and said, see, Alan, how much announcements you're going to have on Grand Bahama? We're going to have something beyond groundbreaking. See, the problem we have is that these announcements is strictly for politics. These are not concrete, because what happens is even CTI is also a developer too, you know. They don't just build and own, they also build and live. So is this where they're building this for Concord, or are they building this to operate this? Now, notice from the original agreement, where this beach club was not part of the original agreement. The smaller beach club on the left to the west is where the beach club casino was going to be, and this hotel and all these other things was going to be there in the original agreement. Do you remember the 1 mile of canal through the golf course, and these condos and buildings going up, and the Port Lucaya was supposed to be part of it, the Port Lucaya marketplace, which then is a separate deal, was supposed to be the Port Lucaya marina. Then the other part of that was the Grand Bahama Marina across the street was part of that original deal. It's 8 of them. Then the other property with, I can't remember the name of the hotel that was there. So this is a whole new, this doesn't look anything like the original deal that was signed a year ago. And so, and somehow, I think what they're doing is they're confusing conversation that is going on. Yes, we have agreement and understanding, but where is it? Now, remember he said in 2 weeks, you made an announcement. What do you say today is what? They said April 12th, that's 2 days ago. And so you're going to commence. Have you heard anything about the environmental study? Have you heard anything about the meetings on Grand Bahama that's required for that to happen? See, so what happens is they want to bombard us with information and bring no concrete plans for Grand Bahama. There's plenty announcement, $3 billion of announcement on Grand Bahama that's been made time and time and time and time and time again. And so the question is, what is the strategy for Grand Bahama? And they're talking around us. Remember, Dwight, I've repeated this over and again. They have said, and the Prime Minister hinted at the same thing when he went into battle with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where there is no development of Grand Bahama, which they quasi Freeport, because if they wanted to develop Grand Bahama, they still have East and West Grand Bahama. So there is no development of the Bahamas without the development of a strategy for Grand Bahama for the economy to grow. Because this is the only place where the infrastructure and everything is in place. That doesn't require the billions of dollars that is being sold as part of a dream of a second incarnation of a blueprint for change.
Yeah.
So the problem is that we need answers from our government or what's left of the government. But I personally believe until we have a change of government, we're not going to get the truth.
Okay, C. Allen, thank you so much. One more call, and then we want to get to the messages. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
And good morning to your guest.
Morning.
Hey, Dwight. I was listening to your radio station yesterday, Mr. Lang, and he brought up he was talking about the same situation, right? And call whatever that they call, right? Like the gentleman just said, right? This is another heads of agreement, right? And it's clearly a political ploy because
I don't know if it's clearly, but one could suspect that it might be.
Though, right? Because the House have already been dissolved, right? I don't think no government or administration should be parading around the country, breaking grounds, and trying to convince the Bahamian people that they did a good job by trying to continue dangling these carrots. When the House is dissolved, your business dealing with the country is dissolved. You shouldn't be just still breaking grounds, right? Because you are no longer in charge of the country. So that's why I'm saying it's clearly a ploy, because after we shouldn't be hearing anything about nothing you proposing to do or should have done or could have done after a house is dissolved, Dwight. All right?
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We always get ourselves into these situations, though.
That's why I said,
but then they sell it.
The timing of it is off.
Right, they sold it, so they could do. These people could announce whatever they want if it's sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't rush to make these sorts of disclosures at this point in the game.
But which game are we playing? Because
clearly you just had your blueprint.
But again, it's not them technically. It's
It
Concord
is.
Wilshire.
Read the PM statement. Partnership.
He's happy about it.
Collaboration.
Yeah, but you can't do a project without the government being a part of it.
Yeah, no, Dwight. No. We see the property being split up. We've seen the play. We've seen this whole dynamic of we're trying to get as much development on the site as possible. But there's no clear direction of what that development looks like. You can't tell me MSC is going to come in. What C. Allen was referring to is Peterson Key. This is up at the National Park. You have that going on. Now you have this. They still have work going on. Well, not work. They recently finished up all the projects in Ocean Key. So between Bimini and Freeport, one cruise line is going to have 3 different developments. Like I'm just saying, something here isn't really clear. We need to understand what is C. Allen. I can't believe you're making me agree with C. Allen this much. What is the strategy?
Well, I hope everyone notices that we've not heard from MSC. It's somebody saying they have a deal with MSC. So it'll be good to hear. Right?
Interesting.
I haven't. Well, maybe.
MSC had a lot of fanfare when they announced the Peterson Key thing.
Let's look at these messages. Quite a few people wishing us a happy anniversary. Thank you. Shout out to the best. Oh, okay. This is not right there. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Sure. This person says here, happy anniversary. Continue the good work. Thank you. Happy birthday, Guardian Radio, the best radio station in the nation. Always non-biased and informative. Well, yes, that is definitely what we strive to be. Always is interesting. The only station I listen to daily. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yes, April 10th is the anniversary. Bahamians can go to Royal Beach Club without going on a cruise. Yes, that's the one I think we can do.
It's the exception that proves the rule.
Yes. Maybe the others might. Maybe they'll have a lottery or something. You are the tribute from. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay. Great pivot of CW to accommodate cruise ship visitors to Grand Bahama since there's no new airport in sight. Happy anniversary, Morning Blend and Guardian Radio. Further, why do governments dangle carrots at the people of Grand Bahama right before the election? It shows their lack of effort towards doing anything. I can assure you, announcements don't move the people of Grand Bahama anymore.
I have a theory why, though. I don't mean to jump into that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first time in a long time. Well, Freeport does it quite often, but it's quite clear that Freeport is leaning heavily F&M. So you make these announcements. It feels that way.
Okay.
Based on the outlook, based on everything going on, based on the push that the PLP has had. Like I watched the town hall that they did a few weeks back when clearly it was set up to be a mini PLP rally.
People say they were busted. Though.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You see these kind of efforts to make the case that, hey, we're the only party that has a clear plan for Grand Bahama. In order for you to see more, it's like you do after a TV show. See next week's or next episode. That's what the PLP is doing right now.
Next time on.
Right. See what we do for Grand Bahama. Right. But you have to go through the ride to get there.
Wow. If I were from Freeport and Grand Bahama, I would run each and every one of them. Also, this may sound unlikely, but we need a rule that says no new contracts or MOUs 6 months before an election. Election stunts.
Fixed election date
right,
for that.
You definitely need that if you're going to try that, which might be one of the reasons why these folks don't seem to be interested in that.
Nope.
This person, this is the text, this is it. Good morning, just read the tea leaves. Okay. I don't know what that means in this scenario. This is similar to the failed GIN project under Christy Davis. Eerily similar timeline just before an election. It looks like the developer is in lockstep as part of the campaign. Wow. Good morning, gentlemen. Tell that happy caller who is so sure that all is well and everything will happen in Grand Bahama, just the way the internet says, that I have a bridge I want to sell him.
He seems to know some information.
I suspect if you painted gold, he will love it. He will love it. Help me understand how is the House the legislature? Does dissolving the House and the executive too, or is it confined to the law-making arm of government? But again, this is a private company, right, making an announcement about something they bought allegedly from the government.
That would have been fair if the PM did not follow up with a statement. That is where the issue is.
Why can't he say something?
It's not,
he can, but
it's
the way
what he said.
Yes.
It's the collaboration word. It's the partnership word.
You make it seem
it's an asset. Like all of those things. It doesn't sound.
We selected you to be our lead on this asset of the Grand Bahama and of the country.
That is now sold.
Right, and you are going to take it to another level.
That ends.
We still have to approve all your permits and all your stuff and bring in all your whatevers. We're going to work together on
this. If you own a house, right, and you sell it, you've already cashed in on the asset, right? It's no longer an asset of yours.
But you live in my gated community, though. And so you need to follow our rules, and I will help you with what you want to achieve. I'm just saying that's how it works. You didn't buy an island by yourself.
Correct. Right? I have no dealings in the development of that house that I've now sold to you. I can't tell you what the countertops in that kitchen should look like. I can't pick
I can approve. We can make laws that can either.
I can tell you can't go 4 stories high.
Yeah.
I can tell you
I
that.
will work together with you.
But what goes on inside that house? That is all up to you. That is all up to you.
Well, it just seems like it'll be beach towels. So what's the big deal?
Fair point.
I don't know. But I mean, it's going to be a collaboration, a partnership in any event.
Beach towels and floaties.
Happy with some collaboration.
Hey, everything
you get
is a part of the one collective whole of the Bahamas. Right? We're all in this together.
Except the airport part.
The what? Right. We got to go to the news. We'll pick this up and a whole lot more after the break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. 14 years you've been hearing me in the morning. Oh, I'm so sorry. But thank you for sticking around. Stay with us, folks.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. And now at 8:20, it's time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. So the near gale warning is still in effect for the northern and northwest Bahamas. Occasional gusts to near gale force likely across these areas. Boaters, especially small craft operators, urged to seek safe harbor and remain in port. We've also got moisture associated with a fragmented frontal boundary near the central Bahamas. That's going to support a few passing showers and variably cloudy skies across much of the country today, while building high pressure will contribute to breezy conditions. That frontal boundary is going to weaken as it drifts into the southern Bahamas later this evening, and it's expected to stall, and that's going to keep showers elevated over that part of the country through the weekend and into next week. Elsewhere, more stable conditions will prevailing feature as a dry air mass will filter into the islands accompanied by a ridge of high pressure. So expect very breezy to windy conditions over most of the islands well into early next week. For today, there's a high risk of rip currents for all Atlantic coastal waters and passages throughout the entire country. Swimmers are advised to stay out of the water and exercise caution when crossing the Glass Window Bridge in Eleuthera. So for today, your forecast for the northern half of the country, partly cloudy to cloudy with gradual clearing by this afternoon and mainly fair by tonight. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers. The central and southeast Bahamas looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, becoming partly cloudy through tonight, a 20 to 30% chance of showers. High temperatures in the low 80s for highs in the northern half of the country, low 70s for lows tonight. The central and southeast Bahamas a bit warmer, highs around 86, 87 Fahrenheit. Overnight lows tonight getting down to the low to mid 70s. For your weekend, your extended outlook Saturday, partly sunny during the day, becoming variably cloudy at night for the extreme northern islands. The northwest and central Bahamas looking at a mix of sun and clouds during the day, turning mostly fair at night, and variably cloudy for the southeast Bahamas. Slightly elevated chances for rain in the southeastern islands. By Sunday, most areas will be seeing a mix of sun and clouds during the day, becoming variably cloudy at night. But the southeastern Bahamas seeing a mix of sun and clouds for most parts except for the extreme southernmost islands. And for Monday, mostly sunny conditions for most areas, turning mostly fair at night. That's your morning blend weather check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Ready to refresh your space? Well, head to your local Sherwin-Williams for premium paint, pro tips, and everyday deals that make it easy to get started. And it's time for a check of traffic brought to you by NUA Insurance, agents and brokers. And your real-time traffic, manageable on the streets again. Many schools closed today, but expect changes on Monday. But for today, right now, we're just seeing a bit of congestion on Blue Hill Road near Carmichael, and especially as you get closer to Soldier Road, we're heading northbound, and on the way to Independence Drive. Slow-moving traffic there. Independence Drive is busy, especially eastbound right now, between the roundabouts at East Street and Blue Hill Road and East Street. As you approach that roundabout northbound, you'll see some heavy traffic there. And north of the roundabout at the intersection with Robinson Road, both directions, slow-moving traffic there. Robinson Road is busy once you get west of Soldier Road from Prince Charles, and that's westbound up to Old Trail, and pockets along Prince Charles Drive, the major intersections. Those are your hot spots right now. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by NUA Insurance, agents and brokers. Need cover you can count on? Well, you can buy your motor insurance your way. Stop by your nearest branch or visit nuainsurance.com. Simple, secure, and ready when you are.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
At Shield Insurance, we protect what matters most to you and your family. With over 10 years of trusted service, we offer coverage for your motor, home, marine, construction, business, liability, health, and life needs. Our dedicated team is with you every step of the way, ensuring a smooth, stress-free experience. Don't take a chance. Put it in our hands. For more information, contact us at 356-7202 for our Nassau office and 352-5945 for our Freeport office.
The following is a paid political message.
Kalani, Warren. Hey! Kalani, oh, the future is brighter. Oh, vote for MacGyver. Hey, 'cause she is a fighter. Kalani, hey, the future is brighter. Oh, if you need improvement, oh, come join the movement. Come join the movement. Hey, you're looking for change, find it here. You're looking for justice, find it here. You're looking for truth, find it here. Vote for MacGyver. She's here for you. See everybody in Kalani. Change is here. Hey, hands in the air. See everybody in Kalani. Vote for MacGyver. She is a fighter.
That was a paid political message.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice. It's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
New roads and airports are connecting our islands. Energy reform is bringing electricity prices down, while young Bahamians are stepping up, gaining new skills for new opportunities. Respect for workers. Support for entrepreneurs. We're modernizing energy and infrastructure across our islands and preparing Bahamians to succeed in a new economy. Transformations this big take time. Let's choose progress. Paid for by the PLP.
Don't shop at Sherwin-Williams then. Don't get the best service in the Bahamas then.
The love is really, really strong in Sherwin-Williams. We don't just sell paint. We service you with a smile, good hearts, mind, soul, and body. And we love our customers as much as we love ourselves.
Yes, real talk.
I'm not just saying this
Real talk.
to impress myself.
We love to go beyond with customer service. So they feel delighted to come in Sherwin-Williams because they know I can either see Dee Dee, or I can see Shelly, or one of our other wonderful staff members. We treat our customers with the respect of our boss because there are many paint companies they could choose to go to. No, baby. If they go to some other paint companies, so I gonna get this little thing at the end of the week.
We want to make sure you get that little ting, Shelley. Come visit Shelley and Dee Dee at Sherwin-Williams, Bahamas, and you'll surely find color in every day.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
You know I have to come with this one, y'all. Boy, they doing some serious digging around Nassau, boy. In Nassau town 2011, that's when all the digging began. They say they have to lay the pipe, but man, it's stressing out my life. All kind of dust in my nose, all over my car and my clothes. They say it's all for my good, but not right now in my neighbor. The road them dig up, all the road them dig up. Everywhere they digging, morning, noon and evening. The road them dig up, all the road them dig up. Got to go north to go south, got to go east to get to west. It's like you're driving this, the traffic block right up for days. The businessman catching hell, he's frustrated, can't you tell? So hard for him to make a dime, so hard to get to work on time. The road them dig up, all the road them dig up. Everywhere they digging.
We're back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. When we premiered 14, how many years?
Oh,
14 years ago. Yeah, that's why I'm playing that. This song was huge when we came on the air, April 2012, because the roads were all,
I was in college at that time. It was horrible.
I don't even know how we got on the air because we had to drive through.
That was an election year, wasn't
that
it?
was.
Yeah.
We premiered about a month before the election. So this will be our fourth? Is that right? Or is it fifth?
12,
Well, we had one
17,
short one, so yeah.
21, 26, yeah. So be fourth one.
I still don't
Isn't
get
that
over how
something?
we had a big trench down the middle of Blue Road and we survived. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
It's our 14th anniversary, folks. Welcome back to Morning Blend. Dwight Strachan along with Alexis Burrows and Ricardo Wells. As we're talking about the news, we're celebrating the anniversary as well. Coming up, we're going to be talking about Carifta and how we did with track and field and swimming. And later in business, our Safe and Sound series, talking about fire safety. So a lot to get to on this Friday morning. All right, so we've been having a great debate off air about We don't.
You got to turn it over to the people.
We're going to do a whole show on this, a whole series. We've done it before because we talked about it quite a bit after independence. How is it that we have not developed a new city in this country ever as an independent country?
Well, according to Clay Speed, we've not developed a new city yet. Andres is coming.
That's not what he said. He said they're gonna in the next term, if they return, they will consult. They will begin the consultation process about a new city.
Who will they consult?
I don't know, but I'm all in support of new cities.
I just want to know who the consultants are.
No idea.
How do you
But
sign
we
up
need
to
to
be a
do it.
consultant?
What should that city look like? What should be there? And we're going to have a special show on that. But we've been having a great debate on what that needs to be, and whether. But we will do that, and we want to have you all involved in
all
that
I'm
too.
saying is get some of these big companies to just sitting up in Nassau.
They're not just
Put
not
5
gonna
of them
do it.
together, send them over there.
Why would they do
guarantee
that?
we'll have a new city in 2
They-
years.
why would they do it? Are they getting the land for free?
Concessions have been given for other things.
Yeah, but and then what? No one's there.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not. No,
I guarantee.
You got to dream bigger than that.
Okay.
And
Call us. If somebody offered you 2 acres of land in Andros right now, and all of the amenities
That's not how
that you
cities
love.
work. That's not how cities
That's
work.
exactly how it works.
No.
That's exactly how it works. If you get 2 acres of land in Andros right now, and all of the things that you love, all of the amenities, the movie theaters, the
Why would that
food
be there?
eateries, all of that. No, they're gonna go as well. This is what I'm saying. This is anyway. Let's leave it for
Have
the
you been
discussion.
to Freeport before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, anyway, but we'll have a whole show on this, and Ricardo will come back for that one. All right, so we were talking about Grand Bahama and the Grand Lucayan before. We got a few more of your messages before we get to some other things in the news. This person saying here, good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Congratulations to Guardian Radio and Morning Blend on this 14-year milestone. For over a decade, you have served as a cornerstone of Bahamian broadcasting. Your commitment to providing a platform that is reliable, trusting, and unbiased has set a high standard for journalism and radio talk shows in our nation. By blending informative and provocative dialogue with a deeply community and nation-focused approach, you've created a space where every voice matters and every topic is explored with depth. Wow, this is wonderful. Thank you for your diversified programming and for consistently raising the bar of excellence. Although you've been abused, refused, yes, and accused, during the journey, you've also been praised, appreciated, loved, and respected. Wow.
Gotta have that text on
This
for
is
sure.
amazing. You gotta frame
that's
this.
the number one fan.
Print this out and frame this, put this on the wall. Thanks for sticking in there. Each year was worth it. Here's to many more years of sparking conversation and keeping the country informed. Oh, man, this is a great text. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Save that one.
If there's not a wall of fame, that's the first place.
It's amazing. Congratulations to Guardian Radio and Morning Blend on your 14th anniversary. Amongst other contributions you make, you are also a very important part of our country's democracy. I wish you every success. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Good morning. This government only wants to break ground to grab media attention. It's embarrassing that the government was this petty, and this petty bully prime minister at his age will approve they're talking about the ad that played during the news, that nasty PLP ad towards Michael Pintard. What kind of legacy and examples? Well, we don't know if he approved it. Can't say that. But I don't think we've seen anything yet. The nomination day is the 16th. Nomination day, someone's asking.
Next week.
Yeah. And advanced poll day is the 30th. Yeah, everybody got that? Yeah. 16th. And so, we don't know who's running yet. You'd be surprised.
With all the billboards around here, you have to know who's running. You have to know.
Well, there'll be people who might show up. Some people might show up. Some people might not show up.
This is the conversation I actually want to have today. With the amount of billboards around Nassau, we couldn't put this money to better use. We could not.
That's not what I took from it. What I took from it is, in the next 5 years, we need to build a sign company.
That is true.
There's money.
Yes.
There's money to be made. That's all I'm saying. Everywhere I look,
absolutely.
Like, they have signs adjacent to signs that are opposite other signs. I'm like, why would you? I could see your face right there. Like Uncle Michael Road is ridiculous. Like you have no offense. I live in the Golden Gates constituency.
Mhm.
Representative Mrs. Pia Glover Road. She has billboards literally right across the road from each other. Like, why is all that necessary?
Because no matter which way you go, you can see it.
But I can see the billboards are so huge.
The East is funny though. The East is funny because you have on the Yamacross strip, I think it is, you have a billboard for Zane, a billboard for Wong, you have a billboard for White.
Right, because the borders are very strange.
Can we talk about the billboards for White?
Well, I haven't seen what's the.
Have you seen Drewski playing Erica Kirk?
Yes.
That's how you treat White.
That's what now? Okay, but yeah, it shows you how strange the borders are.
Because it's like you have, obviously I would assume that means that there are people who live nearby that are some are in St. Anne's and some are in Yamacross,
Yes.
so therefore that's why you have Wong and you have I think Zane Lightborn and this for Yamacross.
So St. Anne's does this weird perimeter loop around.
It goes through a community.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Carmichael Road.
Boundaries
Carmichael
are
Road,
such an interesting
It was
thing.
like, yeah, bro, this neighborhood is clearly a PLP neighborhood. We're just gonna encompass that right here. That's after that. We're gonna throw that over there.
you're surrounded.
Like, it's too much jigsaw.
It's very strange.
Too
very
much.
strange.
Too much.
Let's take this call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi.
Yeah, Dwight, let me just squeeze this in there first. Happy belated anniversary to LeBron Gardner. Yeah, man. 32 years of marital bliss. Yeah, man. You got young, but to still be together for that long, you need to write a book. Dwight, happy anniversary to Guardian Radio, man. 14 years. Dwight, man, you say 2012, and you guess is going into the general election.
That's
so that's
right.
the Anna Ingram
Yes.
going into Christie.
Yes, we've had
So you-
4 prime
Dwight,
ministers.
Right, 4 prime ministers, right, and you're still there. You're still to the helm.
That's crazy.
So you must be biased for you. Because one of the prime ministers was to try to get rid of you.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Yeah, they probably tried. Yeah. And another thing, we have developed, we developed a city, man. City 2000 in the Michael.
He's absolutely right.
We developed that. Yeah, that's the city
You
we
just had to
developed in
court
the
and
province.
prison on every street.
Yeah. And congratulations to the swimming team. Yeah, 8 consecutive first place. But Dwight, what's going on between the beef between Cargill and Mario Boleg, man?
We're going to talk about that in just a couple minutes. That's very
you all bring that up.
disgraceful.
It don't look good. It don't look good for the country. He should have the drunken rush, and he shouldn't have gone to the PLP rally and should have gone down there and greet them children. You all have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree with stuff like that because you can't let politics get in the way of that's a major accomplishment, right? That's like soccer in 25 years of BAISS, right? So when you have an accomplishment like that,
I didn't expect that.
when you have an accomplishment of 8 straight championships, right? You go out and you celebrate them kids because they put blood, sweat, and tears and. When you have consistency like that, you have to honor and you have to celebrate that. It doesn't matter what beef or what disagreements you may have. That's just what you do. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, we're going
regardless
to
of
get into
anything
that
else.
in great detail coming up with our sports team in just a second. Okay, so let me read these final messages before we have to take a break. This person says here, happy anniversary, Guardian Radio and the entire team. We ain't betting nobody on this, and thanks to the best PM who opened the airwaves, we feel and see exactly what progress looks like with government in the sunshine and Guardian Radio.
It's a lot in the text.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yes.
Is it Ingram they're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's been a long time since government in the sunshine. On the happy anniversary with all these negative songs, how could the younger generation vote for these MPs? It's, boy.
I thought they just listened to it for the jokes.
No, that last song is problematic.
That was a lot.
What, Patty Pintard?
Yeah.
How long was it? That was more than a minute, right? I mean, it was a whole song. Boy. Well, I mean, don't be afraid of what they'll counter with. I don't know if the rules will allow us to play.
I just
It's
hope
only
they
a-
stopped saying Minutes Lock Us Down because I thought that was going to be the whole campaign. So I guess they had to pivot and they gone from Minutes Locking Us Down to Petty Pinto.
Okay. Dwight, you want to know if the hotel is sold out? Find out next week on the next episode of Who Wants to Own a Hotel in Grand Bahama.
Exactly.
Well,
It's a long-running series.
A beach club. A beach club.
People were like, this season is worse than the last one.
What our friend say, we in the season for the final season.
Oh, if only. Happy anniversary, Garden Radio. Yes, indeed. Good morning and congratulations on your anniversary. It would be nice to find out if the vehicles and billboards plastered with this face or slogan of the MPs and their constituencies is a result of the constituency allowance. I hope the Auditor General will be on his game when these constituencies are being audited.
He has said this one out. This is a lot. It's a lot.
Wow. It's clear the Prime Minister told them to make that announcement because they know the House is dissolved. Again, it's a private company. But,
fully and wholly owned.
Final calls before we have to go to the break. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, Dwight. Sorry, Alan. I just had to say happy anniversary to you. The #1 advocacy program on the station for your time, the show, as well as for the station. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
But Dwight, I'm just going to let you know, on the 13th we begin the advocacy for the cities and for all of the people whose roof is leaking. On the 13th, let it be known there's wood available to repair them. Thanks.
Okay. All right. One more call. Good morning, call. You're on the air. Hi, are you there?
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, crew. Let me also say congratulations to an excellent Guardian Radio production team, the staff, the persons who host these shows. I can tell you, I too are one of those committed to keeping my radios completely on Guardian Radio from sun up to sundown. So you guys are doing an excellent job. Let me just also interject here that I believe that all you guys in the studio, I would really love to see you guys together doing an analysis of this upcoming election, giving your views, your points, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, Darrell Miller is no longer here, as well as our good friend. This is powerful. He's no longer here.
Well, Guardian Radio is going to be on all day, all night, and this will be your one-stop shop for the best election coverage. So all of your hosts, everybody will be a part of that as well. So this is just keep it locked. Just keep it locked.
Well, it's going to stay locked. And again, congratulations. I'll continue to listen. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Continue the great work. God bless.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You want to squeeze that in? Yes, let's get that in. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Dwight, sorry, I had to call back too, man, because I feel like I'm a part of the family and I didn't congratulate the rest of the family on a successful event.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Again, thank you to all the listeners, all the callers. The callers are a big part of it as well. And everybody. Yeah. This text as we go. Look back at games this morning, celebrating another anniversary of being on the air is no small feat, and it's a testament to the vision, consistency, and a deep commitment to serving the public. From the very beginning, coming out of the gate with fresh programming, Guardian Radio has demonstrated purpose and intention. It stands as one of those flagship shows that truly justified liberating our airwaves, has become a staple for meaningful dialogue, offering a space where critical and timely issues are not only discussed, but thoughtfully examined. See, it sounds funny when I'm reading this. It sounds like he's talking about it himself. So you should have called in to say this, texter. But this is very nice. Thank you very much. As a nation, we are better served because of platforms like this, platforms that give voice to everyday people, encourage civic engagement, and challenge us to think more deeply about the issues that shape our lives. Guardian Radio has undeniably established itself as a vital forum for conversation, reflection, and progress. For that, we are grateful. Here's to continued growth, impactful dialogue, and many more years of thought-provoking programming. May the platform continue to inform, inspire, and elevate the national conversation. Congratulations once again, and well done. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay, we got to take a break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. 14 years.
Bring on the rum sweet, we can scrape it dance all night long to the songs of the ancient man. Now you done load your candle, you done open all your gifts. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made your birthday wish.
With Lysol, you can disinfect all surfaces inside and outside your home. When used as directed, Lysol eliminates 99.9% of bacteria, fungus, and viruses. Maintain a healthy home by preventing sickness and keeping infections under control. Don't just clean your surfaces, disinfect them. Lysol does more for you and your family. That's our mission for health. Distributed by Thompson Trading Company.
Put more money back in your pocket with the Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? Reduce your monthly debt payments down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is definitely the time for BAMSI to continue to build on the progress that we have made. There's now drone technology. There's now year-round container farming. You have hydroponics. You have aquaponics. You have precision farming. There have been record numbers of enrollments, record numbers of flat fishing certifications. We've had record enrollments in our online courses. Students from across the family of islands. Because in BAMSI, we're not just cultivating produce. We're cultivating producers.
Paid for by PLP.
Man, this weather done messed up the paint on my house, car, a boat. Now I gotta go all over the place looking for things.
You never heard but Perfect Painting. That's your one-stop shop. They got paint for boat, house, car. You ain't know.
All in one place?
All in one place. Number 102 Wolf Road, opposite Peardale. Or call them 323-7821. Man, they got high and low-end paint and at good prices. And don't let them be running with special.
Really?
Paint supplies. Perfect Paint is the perfect choice. And you know how to say and go.
Yeah.
Perfect Paint. We are more than just paint. We're ready for the road. This Saturday, April 11th, bring your flags, bring your pom-poms. Join the motorcade to the Fire Forward Rally. F&M Headquarters Freeport at 7:30 p.m. Time to save our country. Time to belt this fat PLP cat. We have the plan to restore the Magic City. We're ready to work for you. This is the moment. Show up, stand firm. Vote F&M. That's the motorcade to the Fire Forward Rally. This Saturday, April 11th.
Marco's Pizza has the perfect everyday deal. Pick up a large one-topping pizza for only $10 every single day. This has to be the best pizza deal in town. No gimmicks, just great pizza at a great price every day. Fresh, fast, and full of flavor. That's the magic of Marco's. Only at Marco's participating locations.
Ready to talk to someone about your health and receive the personal attention you deserve? Imagine having clear thinking and energy every day. Welcome to New Life, a health store featuring electric cell foods to cleanse and replenish the body, plus an alkaline deli and on-site consultations. New Life, your alternative to disease, located in the Independence Drive Business Park on East Street South. Visit newlifebahamas.com or call 323-6080 or 1.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on our 14th anniversary. Guardian Radio's 14th anniversary as well. Dwight Strachan along with Alexis Burrows and Ricardo Wells. All right, so we're changing gears now. Talking about Carifta, the swim team and the track and field team doing great work at their respective championships. And our team did a fantastic job covering it. From Guardian Sports, we have sports editor Sheldon Longley and sports reporter Tenard Sweeting. Great to have you all back. Welcome back to the country, and great work with your coverage over the Easter holiday weekend.
Thank you, man. It's always a pleasure to be on the show.
All right, so we're going to talk about the teams and how they did, but the big story has got to be this controversy now between the Minister of Sports and the head of the Swim Federation, Algernon Cargill. What is going on? What is going on?
You want to talk a lot tonight?
Tanaj, you want to start us off?
I think it's a situation where people in the swimming community feel like they've been slighted for a few seasons now.
Wow.
And I feel like it's coming to a head, especially how they feel like they weren't greeted in an appropriate manner, especially after winning 8th straight.
Right.
I think that's where it kind of stemmed from.
All right, so when did the swim team return?
The swim team returned on to Friday, Thursday, Wednesday night.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Wednesday
normally how this works is everybody's at the airport to greet them, right?
Junk in a rush out if you win.
A junk in a rush out, the minister and the other officials, yeah, normally. But what happened to the swim team?
When we arrived, we got our bags, went through custom. It was some parents and supporters there. It was, I think his name is Kerry Baker from the ministry, maybe one of the social media people from the ministry, and then parents had some signs and stuff, but nothing really much outside of that.
No junk in a rush out. And no minister.
No fanfare.
Nothing.
No. More so the parents creating their own fanfare.
Mm-hmm. Now, the minister says that they had scheduled something for another day. Is that right?
The following morning.
Following day, they wanted to what? So they wanted the athletes to come back? Come back where?
Yeah, and if I could interject for a minute, it's difficult after you would have competed for 3-4 days, morning and night.
Even from a reporting standpoint, you can be fatigued. So
Come
imagine
back
the athletes.
The following morning, after you would have arrived late at night, close to 12 midnight.
They were going to do it at the ministry or the airport?
Say again?
They were going to do it at the ministry?
The ministry.
The ministry,
right? But to come in almost 12 midnight, Wednesday night, and to ask the kids to come back for 10, 11, 12, even 12 the next day.
Right.
That's a lot. And then you have parents going to work as well, right? So then they wouldn't be able to be a part of the celebration.
And not all these athletes.
Because government schools were open.
On top of that, you have Bahamian swimmers who had to travel back to see him. So it was.
That could have been settled with a little 15 to 20 and a half minute celebration that same night. You know, welcoming the kids back, a little bit of drunk and fanfare. And I'm not taking sides here. I'm just saying, I'm looking at common sense.
Right.
Right? You know, that could have been settled by that and not having to ask the kids to come back the following day. All of them are tired. They competed for 4 or 5 days straight. You know, it's taxing on their bodies. Yeah. You know, so I thought it was unfortunate that the minister brought politics into it.
So before we get to that, so the next day, there were only
two kids,
two swimmers
2 out of
who
36 showed up.
Wow.
You know, I was surprised those 2 showed up.
Oh, boy.
But I guess that's a story for another day.
So the minister, he was asked something, and what did he say?
I don't know the communication between the minister and Algernon Cargill. So I can't. Now, Mr. Cargill is saying that he did tell the swim community about what the ministry had planned the following day.
He did. He spoke about that on the flight before we departed. He made a speech to the team congratulating them, and then he spoke and said that the ministry did not have Junkanoo set up waiting on the swimmers. He told them that in advance, and he said that the following day the ministry had something planned for them. He did say he wouldn't be in attendance, but I know Cargill had a funeral or something of that nature.
Funeral, right.
Yeah, so that's what the correspondence was on that prior to us going into the airport.
But the minister said something different, according to another news agency, at the press conference with the 2 athletes who showed up.
I don't know the communication between him and Algernon Cargill, but I've known Mr. Cargill a very long time, and I don't think he strikes me as the type of person who would tell the swim community not to show up at an event that is celebrating them.
Which is what the minister said he accused him of doing.
That's
Mr. Bolek said that
that's the way it's coming across.
Cargill told them to boycott the event.
That he's influencing the swim community not to come to the celebration the following day, right? I don't think that's the case because, like I said, I've known Mr. Cargill a very long time, and he doesn't sound like that type of person. Tell the community not to come out, right? So it's unfortunate, and this should be a time of celebration.
Yeah.
8 straight championships. I don't know if we've ever won 8 straight national championships in anything. Not just national championships, international championships among countries. I don't think we've ever done that in any sport on any level.
Yeah.
right? So that should be celebrated. Every time they win, it should be celebrated.
Yeah.
Right? I'm seeing some comments on Facebook, why the ministry got to be there every time they win and this and that. And they should be grown enough to accept that there's a celebration the following day. I don't agree with all that. Every time they win, they should be celebrated.
Yeah, I think we got to give the swimmers
That's
more
a great
credit.
accomplishment.
We got to give the swimmers more credit. Just being there, this is my first time at the Carifta Aquatic Championship. So it's my first time witnessing what they have to do to make that 8-peat possible. Some of these swimmers swam in more than 9 races, some back-to-back consecutively. You have to go to physio, ice bath, then get yourself ready for your next race in less than 30 minutes. I think swimmers deserve way more credit for pulling off 8 straight.
And then you also have to consider that not everybody who is swimming has been there before, right? Like you're going to have new members join the team, and this is going to be their first championship, right? Or their second. They have not been here for 8 because it's a high school competition. You're not going to have anybody now who was on the team 8 years ago. And so you should treat it with the same level of fanfare every time, because that might be a one-time experience. Like if I'm a late bloomer and I didn't make the Carifta team until my last year, you're telling me that I don't deserve to have the same level of fanfare as somebody else just because y'all having whatever this, back and forth is.
Yeah.
Like, I think they should be celebrated at every possible turn, whether it's the first championship or the 8th championship in a row.
Yeah, winning shouldn't get old.
No.
Shouldn't get old, it's still winning.
Right.
Like, if you think about it, the Bulls won 3 straight. They had 3 straight parades. They took 2 years off and they won another 3 straight, and they had another 3 parades. Like, this is just what you do.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, Dwight, I've been covering sports a very long time. I've covered probably about 10 Carifta swim championships. And when I say these are probably the hardest working people in sports, they jump in the water, they go get a little cool down, a little ice bar or whatever, jump right back in the water to compete. It's not just joking. They swim about 10 plus events.
And each time it's harder. This 8
Every
beat wasn't
Carifta.
easy.
Right.
This 8 beat wasn't easy at all. First day was a 5-point difference between 1 and 2. Second day was about a little over 10. And then it wasn't until the third day that they really was able to create a gap. And the conditions in Martinique wasn't ideal for the swimmers. So it was a bit difficult and challenging for them to really pull this off. So I really think they should definitely be celebrated. More so even for this one.
Right.
Not to mention they were out the national pool for about 2 months during the season.
That is
because of inoperable heaters. Right? So that's another knock on the ministry. Right? And like I said, I'm not taking sides, but I'm just calling it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's
been a rough year. Wow. All right, so we will get back to how to fix it for them in a bit. But let's talk about the competition. As you said, this was a challenging. What were the conditions in Martinique like? What were some of the issues?
So you have a language barrier. Martinique is mostly French speaking. So
I think they know English, but they refuse to speak it.
It's a whole lot of
some of them don't know.
It's a whole lot of French, but not a whole lot of translators. And that language barrier can be difficult. I think the first day Team Mamas arrived, they were scheduled to have their first team practice in Martinique. That wasn't able to happen because the Martinique officials said there was no transportation. A taxi would take 2 hours. They wouldn't provide a bus. So the practice got rescheduled for the next morning, and then that morning all the swimmers was there, same time, all the teams. So the coaches had to kind of really communicate amongst themselves to arrange some sort of system so the teams could get their individual practices in.
Yeah.
So it was just a bit difficult, and I wouldn't say Martinique was the most friendly host, but yeah, it was.
It's always that way with the French.
Yeah, it's always that way with the
Yeah, they a bit.
I got my stories.
I've been to Martinique, and oh my
Martinique
Lord.
wasn't ideal.
Yeah, not
No, not for the
not
faint
your
of
favorite
heart.
place in the Caribbean. No,
I was at track and field, but I heard the stories, the performances mostly, and man, we got to give a shout out to people like Chris Don Joseph, man, 10 gold medals. I think it is.
Yeah, he was impressive.
Yeah,
I don't remember us a person winning 10 gold medals since Alana Delat.
Wow. So what Jamaica really stepped up? It seems they've stepped up the game. They weren't known for swimming, but what's going on there?
Listen, when you win 7 straight prior to winning 8, teams kind of come up with their own strategies, put a target on your back. So Jamaica's strategy was kind of getting more swimmers involved. It's a numbers game. So they really came out targeting Team Bahamas, and first 2 days it was pretty close. But then the last 2 days they were trying to fend off Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad did really good as well. So.
Man, I've been saying for years, boy, if Jamaica put the same type of energy and effort into swimming that they do at track and field, you better watch out, right? Because, You know, they've been dominating track and field now for 40 straight years. And from about 5 to 10 years ago, I've seen them coming along and swimming, gradually coming along. Right?
So they determine the winner of the whole event by points, not gold medals, unlike
gold
track
medals
and
are
field, right? But we didn't win in terms of gold medals either, right?
I think we had about 21 gold medals, 55 overall. Didn't really pay too much attention to the medal count, like you said. Usually top point total.
Right.
So that's what everybody was watching over the course of the 4 days.
Okay. So should we be concerned? I think was it Barbados that had more gold or something like that? No, just focus on the points.
At one point, I saw Barbados had more gold. I don't know how it ended up.
They got a lot of gold, but I don't think unless the system changes in terms of medals over points, then you'd be like, okay, yeah. But
So I think swimming is always going to be points because it's so congested, man, and so much activity is going on, so much events.
Yeah,
it's much more events than track and field. You see, track and field is only about 65 to 70 events, so they base track and field on gold medals and then silvers and then bronze. But then swimming has so much events; it's just non-stop action. So it's going to be points. You know, so it's just important for swimming to get swimmers into finals. Once you get in the final, you get a point, at least 1 point.
Callers, we'll get to you in a second. All right, so let's get to track. We were looking for the second place because it doesn't seem like we can. Jamaica's a sack of.
Why you gotta bring soccer? We go along so good, man.
Yeah, right. But I mean, so the battle is for second place, and we looked like we had a battle.
Yeah, it is for second place now, but I think the gap is closing, man. Because Jamaica won 30 gold medals last year. This year they won 28. We're used to them winning 40 plus every year. So the gap is closing. I think what is happening is the rest of the region is catching up. Right? We won 8 gold medals this year. Last year we won 16. But I keep telling people, don't expect us to win 16 every year. That was one of those special years, right? I mean, we could eventually get there, but we have to put in a lot of work, right? But people were saying, we should do better each and every year. I say, well, one of those years last year was one of those special years. That's the most we had won since the 80s, right? This year they won 18, right? And I think there was some exceptional performances. When you look at Jose Johnson, 3 gold medals, 2 individual gold medals, and the silver. I actually think she should have won Austin Sealy Award. But that's a story for another day. The under 17 girls 4x100 meter relay team, new Carifta record. It's the same 4 from last year.
Impressive, yeah.
Justin Shepard, his first time competing at Carifta record, and the under 17 boys octathlon. And you had people like Colin Archer, gold medal, under 20 boys long jump. I mean, this guy, he just been improving with every leap, it seems like. He set 2 personal best in Grenada itself, right? You had people like Kiesha Thomas, 2 individual medals. I feel like I'm going to leave somebody out. But you had Tasia Stubbs, the defending champion. She hadn't had a throw until probably the week before Carifta all season. When she comes into Carifta raw, throws a 48-meter throw and wins the gold medal, second straight gold medal on the 20 girls javelin. Right? Who else won a gold medal? You had, I feel like I'm missing somebody. Emil Higgins, the guy who goes to Kingston College in Jamaica. Right? He was one of the top under 17 athletes in the 200 meters all season, and he came in and he won a gold medal in under 17 boys 200 meters. Wow. The under 17 boys 4x100 meter relay team. This is probably the most surprising and most pleasant gold medal of the meet for the Bahamas because nobody expected that. Right? They figured we'd contend for a medal. Right, but the favorites were Jamaica and Trinidad in this event.
Right,
straight true. Right, Jamaica had some mishaps with their baton exchange. The final leg came down to the Bahamas and Trinidad, and Emil ran an exceptional last leg. He had a great meet. The Bahamas won gold medal in that event. So overall, 8 gold medals, 12 silver, 10 bronze for a total of 30. I think they did pretty good. Like I said, not as good as last year, but we have to keep closing the gap.
Yeah.
Right. We have to keep putting in the work and closing in the gap, and eventually, who knows, we might be able to beat Jamaica on these days.
Wow. You mentioned it earlier about the pool, not having access to the pool, and then we're still functioning out of the old stadium, the new stadium. Do we know when that's going to be finished? How much of an impact is not having these facilities up and running?
I think it's a huge impact. You're talking about, first of all, the season's only about 4 or 5 months long, and to be without the national complex where they training for about 2 months during the season. And then to ask these kids to go to Carifta and perform. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. And they still did it. Right? I understand they were probably using other facilities. I think King's College might have come into play. They might have used that for a while. But you cannot be without the national facility in the Bahamas for 2 months during the season. We're the
Yeah.
7-time champions, man.
Yeah.
Going for 8. Right?
It's crazy.
And to ask them to be without the national complex for 2 months during the season, you know, I don't know all the particulars of what happened there, but we have to make sure the heaters are working. Right? We talking about the temperature of the pool being like in the low teens and stuff like that. Wow. Asking our athletes to train in that.
Wow.
You know, I understand one meet in particular had to be postponed 2 or 3 times.
During that cold spell we had.
Right? The Blue
Yeah.
Waves meet. Right? And we have to do a better job of making sure the facility is ready, that the equipment is repaired, that they're working, and that our athletes are able to train.
Wow. We got some calls coming in. We're running out of time. Let's see if are these callers there? Yep. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Happy anniversary. The situation, I have a different opinion on that, right? I was saying before, Mr. Carter will be fired. That's just my opinion. And this situation came about. What I would say last year with in Trinidad, I want to send a shout out to the golf lady, Georgette Roll. They have, when my niece came back, they set up a celebration there for us. Everybody ain't gonna get it. Certain things come up. And I didn't mean politics, but certain things come up. And I feel like if this is the political season now, they would highlight anything. So I disagree with your guess, and I don't think it should be spread that much. Thank you much.
All right, Carl, I'm not sure I'm understanding you.
I missed the first part of his communication.
I'm very confused.
Okay, all right. One more call. We got a few messages. I don't know what that was. I'm a little confused. But we missed something. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, congratulations to the best women team in the world, man. You know, that's, I believe they deserve that type of kudos because, you know, for coming from a small nation like the Bahamas and doing consistently well all the time, is worthy to be celebrated. And I believe you guys, and all of the coaches and everybody who played a role inside it, also should be encouraged, except for the Ministry of Sports and Culture. But you guys have a nice day.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, boy. All right, so a couple messages here. This person says here, Mario Boleg's actions, demonstrate a lack of consideration for the team's achievements. The team, which worked diligently to secure 8 consecutive wins, deserved a warm welcome with a traditional Junkanoo celebration and refreshments at the airport. Instead, Boleg prioritized his convenience, his own convenience, by requesting the team to visit his office the next day, where no such celebration awaited them. This decision overlooked the team's efforts and a painful reminder of how he was involved in tarnishing the spirit of Junkanoo with the Valley Boys fiasco, further undermining its cultural significance. He needs to be removed from his position, to prevent further disruption to the swimming program and to restore fair and balanced leadership to that important ministry. Yikes. This other text says here, Cargill is a political animal. The minister is a political animal. The swimmers are just caught in the middle of the silly season. So how can we fix it? Is there a way to fix it for the swimmers? What do we do? 8 straight is huge.
Plan something. You know, I would tell the ministry to plan something.
Yeah.
Let's have something at a day that is convenient for everybody.
Motorcade.
See if we could get the grandmama swimmers to come back here.
Most definitely.
You know, and let's have a big celebration. You know, 8 straight should be celebrated. You know, there's no downplaying that.
Tanaj?
Do away with the distractions. The swimmers are the focus. They competed, they went out, they fought hard. Let's just focus on the celebration. The other stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Because if you think about it, like you say, once you get to 6, 7 straight, you definitely once you get past 2 or 3 straight, you have a target on your back.
Literally.
Every year they go back to Carifta, there's a target on their back, and every year that target gets bigger and bigger because they continue to win. And so that makes it much more difficult to continue to win because everybody has it out for you. Like this is how sports works. Like we've seen it with the Patriots, we've seen it with the Bulls, we've seen it with different dynasties over the years, and it's just like that is what this is now. This Carifta swim team is a dynasty, and so therefore every year they come back and they add a notch to that. That it was that much harder, and it deserves that much more celebration.
Yeah.
And then to me, it's the kids, right? Like you have these kids who are students and athletes. You that the work that goes in is a lot. You have to celebrate that. You have to reward that.
One more point. This could have easily been 11 straight. Because they not only did they win 8 straight, they won 10 or they won
Right.
7
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And then one year in the middle that they lost, it wasn't that much points.
Mm-hmm.
So this could have very easily been 11 straight
Really
championships.
this is a dynasty. This is
a dynasty.
Yeah.
Soccer
that's
is a
very
dynasty.
true.
It's a soccer swimming.
Oh boy! All right. Well, hopefully we'll have them on soon, and we got to show some love to the track and field athletes as well. Congratulations to everybody! Great work. But we hope this little blip here is not going to distract from their success.
Yeah.
And but thank you guys again for being here this morning. Tanash Sweeting and Sheldon Longley. Great work that you all do. I know you're probably tired as well. Yeah. So thank God the weekend is here. Right. Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, we're going to take a break for news and be back with Morning Blend Business, talking fire safety on this Friday morning. Stay with us here on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Victoria won't be no secret at the end of the day. It's our anniversary.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com. and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. And the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Friday, April 10th, 2026. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Alexis Burrows and Ricardo Wells. And it is time for a monthly Safe and Sound series with preventative measures. Kamal Nuri with us. Kamal Nuri, good morning. Great to have you with us as always.
Good morning, Dwight, to your co-host. Good morning, Bahamas. It's always a pleasure to be here.
And we were talking fire safety this morning. Modern solutions for modern problems. All right, so who do we have with us this morning?
Okay, this morning we have our partners from Mouse Safety USA and also our local partner, Lifetime Group, Mr. Donovan Paul and Mr. Nikolai Allen. So they're going to be joining us. We're going to be talking about, the ongoing concerns and risks as they relate to fire safety and how do we manage these new and emerging threats as they ongoing threats and new as they relate to fires and how do we mitigate those. So Donovan and Nikolai are welcome on board. Could you say hi?
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good to have you with us. It's our pleasure. Okay, so this is a solution for modern problems. So, as we know, fire it's been around with us from the beginning of civilization. Yes, but this is an interesting spin. New challenges as it relates to fires. Why do I think batteries are involved in this? What are we talking about here, Kamal?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is one of the watching as there are different risks and different incidents around the world, in particular with lithium batteries. You see a proliferation of electric vehicles. And we have been looking at that, and our concern is do we have the right mechanisms in place to properly mitigate those particular threats? And we know that we have challenges with our fire mitigation services as it is now.
Wow.
How does an individual and a business in particular, put in some buffers, some gap stocks to be better able to manage those types of fires?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go start from the very beginning. We know on social media that this is everything. These are exploding every minute. But is that the reality? How bad is it? How much of a threat is there? What is the reality?
I'll let Donovan go into that in a bit more detail.
Yes. Okay. The threat is real. The threat, we have to look at situations are changing. We have climate change. We're surrounded by salt water, and salt water is a catalyst for lithium batteries. So that in itself should make us a little bit more, looking to be prepared to deal with these type of fires.
Okay, so what causes them to be so much of a threat? What are the issues there?
Okay.
Did we lose you, Donovan?
You hear me? Can you
Okay,
hear me?
now we can hear you. Now we can hear you. Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. For example, our roads. Our roads could be a challenge to electric vehicles because they could damage the undercarriage and damage the batteries, etc. And so that's a challenge in itself. And then we also have our issues in reference to flooding. So saltwater flooding, and especially after a hurricane, etc., can be a major challenge. But another thing is surges from utility providers. Surges overall can cause these batteries to go into thermal runaway, which can be a cascading effect, and it could actually damage multiple sites and cause multiple problems at the same time, which will be a challenge on our existing fire infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. So which product presents the biggest threat? Is it your phones, your laptops, tablets, or cars? Even though the auto industry says that the electric car is less likely to catch on fire than a petrol or diesel car. But what do you think is at biggest risk?
That's an ideal situation. And the Bahamas is an ideal location considering our roads, our flooding issues, and really, I would say, let's start with the low-hanging, most vulnerable area, which will be, I would say, e-scooters. E-scooters,
Oh.
we have a lot of persons have
Mhm.
e-scooters that they store in their homes.
Yikes.
See, yeah, and these devices, they could be damaged easier. They could actually be subject to persons overcharging them, which could cause them to go into thermal runaway. And then they are inside your home. They are actually charged inside your home because they're so small, in your garage, in your front room. And that could actually damage not only the device, but also now your home. So now
Mhm.
you have a cascading effect right there.
Oh boy! Wow. So what do you recommend that people do especially if they have an e-scooter? What should they do? Should they not have them? What do you say?
See, you need to be mindful of what you have and how to prevent and to protect your investments. The company, we partnered with Mouse Safety, and they provide fire blankets to help you deal with these type of fires in the event that they happen. So they provide fire blankets, but they also provide more of a fire suppressor that can operate as a grenade in the event that these batteries go into thermal.
Wow. I was just this week on the news. It was something on a plane, I believe, or in an airport. A charger for, I believe it was a cell phone, but that caught on fire. Do we need those things for even our the electronic devices?
Indeed. See, the challenge in reference to mobile phones as well as any lithium battery fire, the challenge is it's toxic. So the reality is you're trying to put out those type of fires, you expose yourself to those toxic elements. that can compromise your body. So the reality is using a traditional fire extinguisher, you have to be 6 to 8 feet away from a fire to address it. But if a room has toxic smoke, the best thing, what we recommend, and that's why we partnered with Mouse Safety, is to use their fire suppressors, and you can actually throw it in a room like a grenade and have it fight the battle for you. Most persons don't want to feel the heat. Most persons don't want to be exposed to those toxic chemicals. And so, that is a better approach to these modern types of fires.
Wow. So could that work on a regular grease fire as well, or is it best for?
Well, grease fires, the best solution I would say would be the fire blankets.
Mm-hmm.
See, the fire blankets will cover that grease fire, and it'll neutralize the components to actually put out that fire. When if you were to use a fire extinguisher or anything that would push the grease, you could actually spread the fire.
Oh, wow.
So by neutralizing it, that would be a better approach. And solutions like Mouse Safety is why we push it so actively.
Wow. Okay. So how much of fire blankets were we talking about here, and how many do you recommend for each house and businesses? What do you say?
Honestly, in reference to the size, everything is relative to your size and your layout of your house. In your kitchen, you would want a fire blanket. You would want also a fire suppressor, as well as your garage area. But we also provide suppression solution inside of your electrical cabinets, as well as where you might charge your lithium batteries for your power tools. We also provide solutions for that aspect as well. And so we provide packages in reference to fire suppressors and as well as fire blankets. They go for around $200, but we also tailor it for each end user and each business.
So is this something where you would come in and do like an evaluation of the home and then provide a guideline of, well, this is what we would recommend for your specific home or business location?
Yes. And for example, that's why we partnered with Preventative Measures, because they provide a risk analysis and then we provide the solutions to that risk analysis.
Right. So to your question, that's exactly, you don't want to just, one cap fits all. You want to tailor it to your environment. What are your risks? You may be living in a low-lying area. You may have kids. You may have elderly persons. So all those things you have to take into consideration when you're talking about fire mitigation. And that's why we partnered with Mouse and Let's, because an elderly person is not going to be able to use a fire extinguisher reasonably, nor is a child. But all of them, regardless of their age, we have a basic ability to immediately evacuate, but also to throw that fire grenade, for example, into that fire, and it does the work for you. So all of these things you have to consider when you're talking about firefighting. Firefighting has the ideal, like Donovan mentioned earlier. The ideal is that you're a fully functioning individual. You have full capacity of all of your skill sets, but you have to appreciate that that's not always the case. So what does Grammy do? What does the little 10-year-old child do? All of them have a better appreciation that they can do that type of work. Just throw something and run away.
Wow.
And that's why we want to do that.
You use the word grenade. I mean, describe it. Is that another term for blanket, or is it an actual grenade?
I personally want to do a demo with a grenade. That's what I want to know.
What does that look like? Describe it.
It looks I would say it's similar to a grenade, but it's more. It's about 1 pound. It could fit inside your glove compartment. You can pin. Once you pull the pin, then you'll press the button.
Sign me up.
What?
Sign me up. Y'all doing demos? I want to do a demo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's why we call it. It's a fire
grenade.
But we call it a grenade because that's how you could use it. With a fire extinguisher, you can't throw that into a room to deal with a fire.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and so the reality is, you want to. In fact, when I did training in reference to how to use a fire extinguisher, they would say, you should be able to feel the heat of the fire. I mean, honestly, a general person doesn't want to feel the heat of
You're
the
trying to
fire
get
because
out.
the heat of the fire. And so the reality is, the safest way to deal with a fire to me is as furthest away as possible from that fire.
Mm-hmm.
And considering modern fires now have toxic chemicals,
Yes.
you would want to deal with them as far as possible.
Yeah.
So
And to add to that, sorry, let me add to that from a business perspective as well. Businesses, corporate, office buildings, they have fire extinguishers. Some of them have the fire hose set up. But in reality, when there's a fire alarm, is the staff member gonna stay behind, even if you're on the fire response team, you're a fire marshal in your building? Is it a reasonable expectation for you to stay behind and fight that fire, or is it easier and more reasonable and from a liability perspective for that individual just to throw that grenade or have the mouse device go off and let that do the work for you until the experts arrive, meaning the fire services? So this is the fill in the gap type thing.
Yeah.
Because fire alarm goes off, what are we going to do? What is everybody going to do? Everybody's going to try and get out.
Yeah, but I think
even
even for most people, most businesses, when they have a fire team, the fire marshal is still mostly responsible for helping to get people to the appropriate meeting point out of the building, even more so than necessarily trying to fight the fire. But if you had little, you could just pull and throw and run, yeah, I think people would be more willing to do that because it doesn't put them as in the line of fire, so to speak, as a fire extinguisher would.
So I'm really.
So one thing I would also want to throw in is the fire blankets. The fire blankets be used for evacuation purposes, and you could actually use it for persons to escape and the entrance, and you could use that same fire blanket, push it back through the window, and they could use that same blanket again.
Okay. All right. So
how much area does the fire grenade cover?
Yeah. Tell us how it works. I'm very curious about this.
Like, is it the same chemical component of like the fire extinguisher?
No, actually, it uses potassium. It uses potassium, so it doesn't cause asphyxiation, which a standard fire extinguisher would cause.
Google this.
Yeah. and how much are those? How much would they be?
They go for the price around for those 50 to 175.
Okay.
It depends on volume. That's how we tailor it to businesses, we tailor it to homes, etc.
Wow. So we know that fire extinguishers, they have to be inspected. You can have them around and they might not be, they might have expired, I guess. Is there a timeline on blankets and grenades? Do they need to be inspected like how fire extinguishers have to be?
Yeah. With mouse safety, that's why we partnered with them. We wanted a solution that would be always ready.
Oh, okay. Wow.
What this solution allows is you don't have to service it. What we recommend is for it to be visually inspected, but it needs to be replaced every 5 years.
Okay.
So now it's non-toxic, whereas you can inhale it, it doesn't cause asphyxiation. But at the same time, it's chemicals that it uses, it neutralizes the fire rather than suffocates the fire. I also have one of our partners, Mouse Safety. I don't want to jump in.
Yes, absolutely. And appreciate dialogue here and you guys creating awareness for these modern safety issues, because if you have a battery in your home and you're listening to this station right now, you need to understand that there's a new threat, that old traditional fire extinguishers, they don't work on it. So if you have a lithium battery fire that goes off, even if you do try to get close enough and do, take that risk and try to put it out with a traditional fire extinguisher, it's not going to put it out.
Wow.
And I've met with really, really big companies. I'm working with a lot of companies in the United States and North America, and I'm honored to be working with the Lids Group and Gamal here in Bahamas. I happen to be visiting here. It's very near and dear to me. I love the islands, and it's such a special place for me. So I'm honored to try and help explain these modern safety solutions to everybody that's here. With Mouse, the whole modern safety fire approach, even the fire blanket, which would be the most basic thing to have in your kitchen for a grease fire, it's a full 6 feet by 4 feet. It's maintenance free, and our blanket has pockets sewn in. So normally when you use a fire blanket and you throw it over the pan or put it over something, that radiant convective heat can travel up the blanket and sear your hands.
Right.
So the Mouse fire blanket, this is all designed in Sweden, and it's pronounced Maus. It's Maus. So Mouse Safety Bahamas. But even the fire blanket has pockets sewn in to protect your hand from radiant convective heat and from handling that. And you could use it to, you could put your hands in and use it as a shield when you're evacuating. And it's big enough to cover the average adult human height. Which a lot of blankets, even in America, while that's required in Europe, it's not even a requirement in America. So the Mouse blanket is and patent pending for those reasons as well. But the really exciting technology, the potassium-based aerosol, the fire suppressor that can also be used as a fire suppression grenade that you've been speaking about.
Right.
Basically, the way that works is you pull the pin and press start. It's literally you pull a pin and press start. It's so light, it's less than a foot tall, it's 2.5 inches wide, and you could toss it into a room that's, let's say, 3 by 3 meters large, and it would fill up that whole room with a fire suppressing smoke, and it would prevent reignition for up to 24 hours.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's plenty of time for local fire authorities or for help to arrive to move things. And we even have automated units that you can put into manufacturing equipment or business equipment. If you have server racks in the hotels or in spaces where you have tourism guests or your boats, in those spaces, we literally have an automated version where you just peel it and stick it inside based on the cubic airspace. And if there was a fire in there, it would just automatically activate, fill that space with the fire suppressing smoke and suppress the fire.
That is fantastic. All right, so I have so many questions, Nikolai. The fire blankets, is it reusable or one-time use?
That's a one-time use.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I know we're talking about batteries, but it is fire season here, the dry season with the forest fires, even though we're having a lot of rain this week. But could you use a fire grenade in a forest fire setting?
So for vegetation and brush fires, as it were, there's another solution, safe SOSS or safe sauce, as people endearingly call it, that protected a lot of structures in the Palisades fire in Malibu and is being used by very large estates already there and launched in Lowe's in the United States. But that is a fire retardant. Imagine what they drop out of the planes in the U.S. to put out forest fires, the red stuff. But there's now a clear, non-toxic version of that you can apply with your own 3/4-inch garden hose.
Okay.
And it'll last for up to 3 months and act as a fire retardant to reduce ignition risk. So if you are in an area, which I know is a lot rarer here on the islands, but if you are in an area that could be subject to brush fires, you want to protect your vents with the Carbon Guard ember filters from Safe Sauce, and you want those can go in year round because they'll capture windborne embers and snuff them out, so your house doesn't ignite from the inside out. And on the exterior, if you do have large gaps like garage doors, there's a high heat fiberglass tape. It's the same thing that fire blankets are made out of, but it's a high heat ember resistant tape that can keep embers and smoke out of your structures. And then the third step is a fire tie with your own garden hose.
Oh, wow.
That dries clear. Yeah, invisible layers. So my whole perspective is that the science and technology exists, that people should not be losing life or property due to fire.
Wow.
But you have to protect yourself. You can't just always rely on external resources. There's simple tools that you can use yourself now to make sure that you're covered, especially in an island environment where, there's one main road, for example, or family islands where response time could be limited. It's important that you look into some of these tools yourself as an individual and just have them on hand.
Absolutely, absolutely. So all of these things you talked about are available here now?
Yes,
Mhm.
through the Litz Group. They're exclusively importing and distributing these products, and they're already on the island. So,
Okay.
for example, if you have batteries in your home, which I think is all of us now, or if you drive, especially if you drive an electric vehicle, for example, you need one of these fire suppressors in your household. The fire suppressor, the way that it works from mouse, the one that you can also use as a grenade, it interrupts the chemical reaction necessary for combustion to occur. It doesn't work by starving oxygen out of the air, which is how old traditional extinguisher powder works. And this potassium-based aerosol, it gets atomized. It interrupts the chemical reaction necessary for flames to occur. And then once you ventilate it, it just dissipates. You literally open the doors and windows and it kind of cleans itself. There's no messy powder everywhere. So you're actually preventing further damage to your business or personal home environment, your other electronics, any engine that you are using on. The aerosol is non-corrosive. So part of what you're protecting is everything else that didn't catch on fire that's not now completely destroyed by powder that you tried to use to put out the fire. So it really is a modern solution for modern, fire safety.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gamal, I guess you can tell us how many people here have gotten on board with this. What are we seeing? Are we seeing people getting the message?
Indeed. One of our biggest clients, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, they utilize it on for their various locations as well as on the boats, etc. And then a lot of luxury homes, they use it as a supplemental fire solution. We now have a few hotels who are grabbing it and customizing the solution so that they could have their brands put on it. So it's a growing trend, but it's good to see Bahamians putting fire safety and addressing it with modern fire solutions and adapting this type of technology.
Do you have a price point for the blankets and the grenades?
The price point, we have a website. We have actually we have the grenades for $175. It depends on volume. We could actually lower that down to $150. Yes. But the bundle for the blanket as the grenade is $200 for the blanket as well as the grenade. But we also provide assessments so that we could then advise you what is necessary, and that's how we work with preventative measures.
Yeah. Okay. And generally, where do you recommend people store these? What's the best place to put them in a home or in a business?
I mean, honestly, in a home, the garage, the kitchen, those are areas. If you have a two-story house, you would want one on the first floor and one on the second floor.
Oh, wow.
You want something that you could quickly grab, and you could address a modern-day fire like a cell phone fire, which might not be that current, but I mean it might not be that frequent, but a cell phone fire could flash over a room in minutes. So you would want you want to address that as quick as possible and be able to evacuate and also call for help.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So, of course, everyone wants, where do we find you? And you said a website. So tell us more how to get in contact with you.
It's www.maussafetybahamas.com. You could also reach out to preventative measures, the Caribbean Safety and Security Alliance. You could reach us out at those locations.
Okay, that is great stuff. Great stuff. Gamal, it feels like we're in another universe with the technology here. But what other tips would you give folks as we continue to spread the word on fire safety?
I think the important thing here is, again, the availability of resources. You have to appreciate, how soon can you get a fire unit to our location? How soon can it happen? And during that time, what could we do? And this is where we're filling that gap between that call to emergency or your evacuation and your call to 911. What could you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
This is even more impactful for those of us in the Family Islands, where there may not even be fire equipment to manage and mitigate the fire. We may be in a remote area of a family island. There's no fire services available. So what do? Do we just sit and watch our asset or our investment burn, or can we do some things? And this is what we're trying to give persons alternatives, give them solutions that are realistic to what our environment is. Donovan spoke about ideal. So did Nikolai. We spoke about ideal situations, but we're not in an ideal situation. So what do? And here's the solution. Here's solutions to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. And Nikolai, just what does the future look like? I mean, this is clearly a great advancement in technology, but what comes next? How far can we go in terms of?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what are we seeing?
Well, Mouse really is the fire safety concept of the future. But I would say that if you have a boat or live in a remote area or an EV or battery powered scooters, you just need to have this one implement. You need the Mouse fire suppressor, and you need it where those things might catch fire. So if you have one, before the kids' room, you have it in your bedrooms, you have it, just accessible somewhere in case you need it. And we're talking about all classes. So we're talking about one fire suppressor that's maintenance free. You have it just sitting there for 5 years. I sincerely hope that you never need to use it. But if you do have a fire, this will work on all those classes, the cooking fire, the class A, B, C, and lithium-ion batteries. So this is the one suppressor that I would have for modern safety above all else. Because if you can put it out in an early stage, when it starts, before it gets too big, with this, it could save your whole home or property.
Great stuff, great information. Nikolai Allen, Donovan Paul. Again, it's mouse.com. Thank you for being here this morning. Gamal Nuri with Preventative Measures. Always great conversations on our Safe and Sound series. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd encourage you guys to do a school tour and do demonstrations. I think that would definitely get the people to buy in.
Or they could just ask the banks and insurance companies to, the little gift bags you get when you buy houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Throw a couple of grenades and a blanket in there.
Yeah.
Nice little gift set.
Absolutely.
Or the people who
gift
are campaigning could tell that they could put at least one in every house. There you
That too.
go.
Hurricane season coming up. Put it together.
Gamal, you heard that? Talk to him.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Talk to the politicians. Not just T-shirts. Fire suppressant grenades.
Give me a grenade.
Something that goes
That
along with it.
you can really use, yes, to put out the hot air that we're getting from them.
Slip that in my pocket.
Yeah. Guys, thanks again. Really appreciate it. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Stay safe.
We're going to take a quick break and then our final few minutes on the show today. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're safe and sound. I can feel your cup. You know my river won't evaporate. This world we still appreciate. You could be my luck. Even in a hurricane of frowns, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're safe and sound. We're safe and sound.
Hey folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. You should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snack and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble. Sorry folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the... Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on! We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
CFAL is a proud sponsor of Team Bahamas for the 2026 Carifta Games.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. Carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
At the heart of every great meal is a simple yet powerful idea: quality. At Del Monte, we are committed to cultivating quality, growing the freshest, most nutritious vegetables, fruits, and tomatoes for your family. With BPA-free packaging, you can trust that every can is packed with goodness. So whether it's a quick snack or a hearty family dinner, Del Monte brings wholesome flavor to your table. Look for it in your favorite food store. Del Monte, fresh taste, smart choices. Distributed by Thompson Trading.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
If you think you can't afford to dress to impress, or replace those utensils, or maybe even upgrade your household appliances, then you don't know Y-Care's Fashion Center. With 3 locations to serve you, Y-Care's Fashion Center features the things you need or want, all at a price that you can afford. Open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Y-Care's Fashion Center also has the island's largest jean collection. Put the fun back in shopping and visit your favorite Y-Care's location today, where you can afford to look good.
At Master Technicians, we have what your family traditions need, starting with industry-best refrigerators, ranges, and ovens. We also carry Whirlpool washer and dryers, dishwashers and freezers, leading KitchenAid countertop appliances, blenders, microwaves, juicers, kettles, and KitchenAid stand mixers. We even do free delivery in New Providence or to the boat of your choice. Whether you're doing the laundry, creating new memories in the kitchen, or spending family time in front of the television, Master Technicians Limited, keeping family traditions alive for more than 50 years.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Is a proud sponsor of Team Bahamas for the 2026.
It's time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL, legendary marine resort at Blue Water Key, holding an opening ceremony for its first phase, the legendary Blue Water Key Marina. The first phase of the project provides the first Category 5 hurricane-rated boat storage facility in the region. One of Legendary's principals, William Pizzorni, saying that the entire project, which includes a restaurant, resort hotel, shopping center, and marina with storage facility, will cost more than $500 million. He said it was a pleasure to finally open the first phase after so much work. and Time. He revealed that Legendary recently signed an agreement with one of the largest marina groups in the U.S., Suntex Marinas, and says that the relationship should ensure robust business throughout the summer. Zorni also saying that recent changes to boating fees will help as well, and that the expansion of the marina will continue as Legendary works toward the development of more of the marina's amenities. More on that in today's Guardian Business section. Tropical gyros and rising opportunities in the Dominican Republic. Chef Kevin Culmer telling Guardian Business that he has been in discussions with a group in the Dominican Republic for them to open at least 5 new franchises in the Spanish-speaking Caribbean country. Culmer has met with the group 2 times already and is headed back at the end of April to finalize plans for the franchise opportunity. Overseas, the largest monthly jump in gas prices in 6 decades, causing a sharp spike in inflation in the U.S. in March, creating major challenges for the inflation fighters at the U.S. Federal Reserve and heightening the political challenges of rising costs. For the White House, consumer prices rose 3.3% in March from a year earlier, according to the Labor Department. They announced today that this was up sharply from just 2.4% in February and the biggest yearly increase since May 2024. On a monthly basis, prices rose 0.9% in March from February, the largest such increase in nearly 4 years. It's the first read on inflation to capture the effects of the Iran war. The volatile food and energy categories, core prices rose 2.6% in March from a year earlier, up from 2.5% in February. But last month, core prices rose a modest 0.2%, suggesting that rising gas prices haven't yet spread to many other categories. The gas price shock stemming from the Iran war has shifted inflation's trajectory from a slow, gradual decline to a sharp increase further away from the Fed's 2.2% target. As a result, the central bank will almost certainly postpone any cut in interest rates for months, and many Fed officials have said a rate hike may be needed if inflation doesn't cool. Gas prices are also a highly visible cost that has outsized impacts on consumer confidence and political sentiment. And China's exports of passenger cars accelerated in March, according to an industry association speaking today, as Chinese automakers stepped up their push to grow overseas markets. Passenger car exports jumped 82.4% year-on-year last month to around 748,000 vehicles, according to the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers, up from the 586,000 vehicles exported in February. Exports of new energy passenger vehicles, including battery electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids, surged more than 140% in March from a year ago to 363,000 units. That's up percent from the 276,000 of such vehicles exported in February. The biggest Chinese automakers, including BYD and Geely Auto, have been increasing their efforts in boosting sales abroad, including expanding production facilities outside China. There have been growing expectations that the global energy shock and higher fuel prices due to the Iran war could prompt more drivers to want to switch to EVs. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX. From Thursday, your market movers, APD Limited moving 165 shares, closing at $50 unchanged. Bahamas First Holdings moving 1,800, closing at $270 unchanged. Bank of the Bahamas moving 4,461 unchanged at $6. Bahamas Waste moving 480 unchanged at $10.34. Commonwealth Brewery moving 500 unchanged at $10.25. Doctors Hospital moving 1,315, closing at $5 unchanged. Bank moving 335 unchanged at $14.93. Consolidated Water up 18 cents to $6.94 at $13.01. The BISX All-Share Index closing at 3,112.99, up 0.28. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. That is it for us today. Dwight Strachan with Alexis Burrows and Ricardo Wells. It's our 14th anniversary here on Guardian Radio. 14th anniversary of the show and 14th anniversary of the station. So, again, thank you all for being with us for these 14 years.
But the sponsors on notice. 15, we do it in big.
Yeah, big party planned for the 15th anniversary next year. And this is our, let's see, I can't do the math here. This is our 3,416th show.
Wow. You just have random boots on.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Anyway, yes, we'll be back on Monday with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business. Again, guys, thanks for being here. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.
Looking for the perfect venue to inspire, celebrate, and connect? Welcome to Clifton Heritage National Park, one of the most unique event destinations in the Bahamas. Planning a wedding, birthday, or concert? Our breathtaking backdrops, whether it's Johnston Beach, Turtle Pen, or the historic ruins, transform every event into something unforgettable. For creators, Clifton is a dream. From photo shoots to film productions, every corner of the park offers stunning visuals, natural, historic, and truly Bahamian. And sometimes it's simply about slowing down. Treat your team, your family, or yourself to a beach day reset. Soft sands, calm waters, shaded spots, and a beach bar ready to serve. At Clifton Heritage National Park, your event becomes more than a gathering. It becomes a memory. Celebrate with us, create with us, reset with us. Clifton Heritage National Park, your destination